Cybersecurity, patching, and malware. Why is patching handled differently? A patch is software or code designed to fix a problem. Security patching is the primary method of fixing security vulnerabilities. Patches need to be applied quickly. Patch management is a process of scheduling, testing, approving, and applying security patches. Patching could be unpredictable and disruptive, and the user should be notified of potential downtime during patching. Malware is short for malicious software. It's software designed to disrupt a computer operation, gather sensitive information, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems and mobile devices. It can be bundled with other programs or self-replicated, and it typically requires user reaction to activate it. Now, malware may be found in different categories: a virus, worm, trojans, bots, ransomware, rootkits, spyware, adware, or hybrid. How can we control malware? Well, we can stop an attack before it occurs. There are detection controls, which means we identify the presence of malware, we alert the users, and prevent the malware from carrying out its mission. What is antivirus software? Antivirus software is used to detect, contain, and in some cases eliminate malicious software. Most antivirus software employs two techniques: signature-based recognition or behavior-based. Data replication is a process of copying data to a second location that is available for immediate or near-time use. Or we can have a data backup, which is a process of copying and storing data that can be restored to its original location. Failure to properly backup can threaten the data availability and the data integrity. Lost or corrupt data can also have a negative impact on the company, financially, legally, and through public relations. Is there a recommended backup or replication strategy? Well, the following aspects should be considered when the strategy is designed: the reliability, speed, simplicity, and ease of use, and the security of the stored information. Backup or replicated data should be stored at an off-site location in an environment secured from theft, the elements, and natural disasters. What is the importance of testing? Well, if the company relies on backup to protect data integrity and availability, then it needs to be sure that the information stored on the backup media is restorable in case of an incident. Just as it is important that a backup would take place according to a set schedule, test restores should also be officially scheduled. Now, email, by default, is an insecure way to transmit information. Unless optional encryption is added to the email solution, no confidential information should ever be sent via email. Inherently, email does not employ any encryption, and all information sent is sent in clear text. When we're securing messages, employees should not commit any information to email that they would not feel comfortable writing on a company letterhead. Employees must be trained to understand the risk and responsibilities associated with using email as a business tool in a corporate environment. Documents sent as email attachments might contain more information than the sender intended to share. What is metadata? It has details about a file that describes or identifies it, such as the title, the author's name, subjects, and keywords. Email is an effective method of distributing malware. It can be embedded in an attachment or sent as a hyperlink. What are some of the ways that incoming attachments may contain a malicious payload? Well, viruses, worms, trojans, other malicious scripts, or a hoax. Users must be trained to be suspicious toward attachments, and access to personal email accounts should not be allowed from the corporate network. What are some of the common email-related mistakes? Well, hitting the wrong button using reply all as opposed to reply or forward instead of reply. Sending an email to the wrong email address because it is close to the intended recipient, or leaving an entire string of replies in an email forwarded to a third person who should not have been privy to some of the information discussed in earlier emails. Training users is paramount to email security. Are email servers at risk? Well, they can relay abuse, which involves using the email server to distribute spam and malware. A denial of service attack against an email is an attack against the availability of the service. The email server should be set up so that it does not allow an open relay of SMTP traffic. Failure could imply two issues. The email server will be used by unscrupulous spammers, or the domain name used for email purposes will be blacklisted. Now, logs are very important. They are a record of the events occurring within an organization's systems and networks. Almost every device and application on the network can log activity. Log management is the configuring of the log sources, including log generation, storage, and security. It includes performing analysis of log data, initiating appropriate responses to identified events, and managing the long-term storage of log data. Log analysis techniques include correlation, sequencing, signature, and trend analysis. Now, many organizations have service providers or vendors, and there has to be proper oversight for what they're doing. Service providers include vendors, contractors, business partners, and affiliates who store, process, transmit, or access company information on company information systems. Service providers' internal controls should meet or exceed those of the contracting organization. Due diligence is a process used to assess the adequacy of service providers. SSA E16 audit reports are the most widely accepted due diligence documentation. In summary, day-to-day activities can have a huge impact on the security of the network and the data it contains. SOPs are important in providing a consistent framework across the company. Change must be managed. Two mandatory components of a change management process are RFC documents, requests for change, and a change control plan. Malware is becoming the tool of choice for criminals to exploit devices, operating systems, applications, and user vulnerabilities. Many types of malware exist, and companies should protect against them. Sound backup strategies should be developed, tested, authorized, and implemented. Email, while being a fantastic business tool, is also a double-edged sword because of its inherent lack of built-in security and must be treated as such. Operational security extends to service providers. Service provider controls should meet or exceed those of the company.